Class 5, Chapter 5, Agriculture. Do you eat midday meal given in your schools daily? Have you seen your classmates wasting food during lunch? Food is important and there are many people starving without food. It takes a lot of effort to cultivate and supply food. The rice we eat is obtained from paddy. Do you know how paddy is grown? There are different phases in the cultivation of paddy. Farmers plow, weed, water, transplant, fertilize, protect the crop and store the grains. Let us know, field to plate. How hard a farmer works to bring food to our plate. Look at the different stages in cultivation of paddy. Plowing the field. Farmers first prepare the field for cultivation. They plow the fields with bullocks and tractors. Leveling. The field is filled with water and has to be leveled for plantation. Transplantation. Farmers bring seedlings from paddy blocks and transplant them in the field. Watering. Paddy requires water in a large scale, hence watering the field is done more frequently. Fertilizing. Plants get nutrients from soil. Farmers use compost and fertilizers for better yield. Crop protection. Usually, plants get affected by diseases. They destroy the crops. To avoid this, farmers use pesticides. Harvesting. After ripening, the crop paddy is harvested. Threshing. After harvesting, the paddy is dried for few days. Grains are separated from the straw by threshing. Winnowing. Grains and husk are separated by winnowing. Storing. The paddy is packed in gunny bags and stored in a godown. Milling. The paddy grain is milled and rice is obtained. That is how we get rice. Activity. Arrange the stages of cultivation in a sequential order. Farmers cultivate various types of crops. Example: maize, jowar, cotton, turmeric, chili, etc. Each crop has its own process of cultivation. Think and discuss. Are there any differences in the process of cultivation of paddy and cotton? Irrigation. Supply of water to the field for cultivation is called irrigation. Water is the essential resource for paddy. Paddy is also known as waterlogged crop. Water is supplied in different ways. The supply of water to the fields for cultivation are four types. They are field irrigation, furrow irrigation, sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. Field irrigation. Field irrigation is the supply of water to the field when the rainfall is not enough. Furrow irrigation. Furrows and trenches are dug in the field and the water is supplied through channels in this irrigation. Sprinkler irrigation. This is the method of supplying water in a controlled manner in a way similar to rainfall. Drip irrigation. Water pipes have holes through which water drips in the soil. The water goes directly to the roots. Think and discuss. Have you ever seen drip irrigation? Why was that method adopted? What are the uses of furrows? What happens if there are no furrows in fields? When you have little water resources in your area, which irrigation method you adopt? What are the water saving methods of irrigation? Tools used in agriculture. Look at the following pictures. Traditional tools of agriculture: plow, grape hoe, rake, sickle. Modern tools of agriculture: paddy transplanter, paddy cutting machine. Think and discuss. Is it good to use machines for cultivation? Give reasons. List the tools which farmers used in the olden days and at present. Name the hand tools used by farmers in cultivation. Manures and fertilizers. The growth and the productivity of plant depends on the fertility of the soil. The use of manures and fertilizers enhances the growth and production of the crops. Farmers are suggested to use manures such as compost, remains of plants, cow dung, excreta of animals, etc. because chemical fertilizers remain in the soil and degrade the soil fertility. How are agriculture and animal rearing related to each other? Crop protection. Crops should be protected from harmful insects, pests and diseases. Crops also need to be protected from animals. You may see some caterpillars crawl on leaves. The caterpillar grows up, becomes a moth and damages the crop. The caterpillar passes through different stages and it damages the crop. But the insects like butterflies, bees, etc. play an important role as they help in pollination. Let us see the life cycle of a butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, pupa, imago. Think and discuss. If there are no butterflies and bees, what will happen? In the paddy field, you may observe little fish-like organisms. Are they real fish? No, they are not fish. They are the tadpoles. They grow and become frogs. Let us see the life cycle of the frog. Frogs, when they are young as tadpoles, they feed on algae and helps in keeping the water clean. When they grow into frog, they feed on insects which helps us to keep the area free from bugs. Life cycle of a frog. Egg mass, tadpole, tadpole with legs, young frog, adult frog. Do you know? Frogs and butterflies are good indicators of environmental damage. They are extremely sensitive to chemical pollution. The usage of pesticides is damaging their existence. If they are not preserved, we will damage the plant ecosystems and ultimately lead to disconnection of food chain. Every creature in nature is a role model to man. Pesticides are used to protect the crops from pests. Indiscriminate use of pesticides is harmful to the environment. Scarecrow is one type of method for crop protection. Think and discuss. How does a farmer protect his crops in your village? Visit a nearby field. List the insects and animals that damage the crop. Organic farming. To get high yield, farmers use chemical fertilizers and pesticides indiscriminately. These products cause diseases like cancer. So, farmers are advised to follow organic farming methods. Organic farming is a method of crop and livestock production that involves natural and conventional ways of farming. Farmers use organic manure such as cattle waste, vermicompost, oil cakes, and biological wastes. This is also called zero-budget natural farming. Organic farming is better for environment. Organic farming practice reduce pollution, conserve water, reduce soil erosion, increase soil fertility, and use less energy. Do you know the traditional storing methods of grains? The grains are dried under sunlight and then stored in well-ventilated rooms. Pesticides are sprayed in and around the place before storing. They should be placed on an elevated structure to prevent the insects and rats from entering. Traditional storage methods. Modern storage methods. Godown or warehouse, cold storage. Activity. Draw the pictures of spade, sickle and plough and write their uses. Let us do. What are the traditional methods of storing? Ask your parents, collect the information and present it in the classroom. Name the crop which is cultivated in majority of the districts in Andhra Pradesh. Crops in our state. Rice is the major food crop in our state. Agriculture is the main occupation of about 62% of the people. Jowar, bajra, maize, ragi, small millets, pulses, tobacco, cotton and sugarcane are the important crops of our state. Observe the map of Andhra Pradesh and list the crops in each district. Think and discuss. What are the crops cultivated in your village? What are the crops mentioned in the map? List out the crops which grow in your district. What are the major crops cultivated in our state? Cultivation of cereals. Foxtail millets, brown top millets, little millets, kodo millets, barnyard millets, etc. are the millets grown in our state. We should eat all types of millets along with rice. India is the second largest producer of rice, wheat and other cereals. Do you know which one is a healthy food? In class 3, we learnt that we get food from plants and animals. Now let us learn how does the food keep us healthy. The food we eat is the source of our energy. Let us see what Srinu, Kusuma and Chandu eat every day and how it helps them to keep themselves fit and strong. Srinu eats rice with chutney or powders made with pulses like groundnuts or Bengal gram with oil or ghee. Sometimes he eats roadside food. Kusuma eats vegetables, eggs, fruits and millets. She takes sprouts of dry peas, chickpeas or lentils. She also drinks gruel, ragi, seeds of sesame and groundnuts. Chandu loves to eat biscuits, ice creams, noodles, food cooked in hotels and streets. He does not like to eat rice, vegetables or fruits. Who among the above eats good food? Think and discuss. You have read the eating habits of Srinu, Kusuma and Chandu. What do you eat daily? Share it with your friends. Our health depends on the food we eat. It should contain carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. Energy-giving food. Carbohydrates give us energy. So we should take the food that gives us energy. Some of the energy-giving food are rice, wheat, sorghum, maize, millets, potatoes, jaggery, sweet potatoes, etc. These are the sources of carbohydrates. Name the energy-giving food items you eat at home. Think and discuss. What do you eat at home? Rice, wheat or jowar? Name the food item you can prepare using the above food grains. The food that helps growth. Green gram, chickpeas, black gram, Bengal gram, peas, lentils, pulses, eggs and meat are rich source of proteins and they help us to grow stronger by giving lot of energy. Name the pulses you use at home. Think and discuss. What happens if you don't take protein-rich food like pulses and cereals? How does the food help us to grow healthy? Ragi sangati, jonna roti, palli chikki are also nutritious foods. Healthy food. We maintain health by eating fruits, vegetables, greens, sprouts and fermented food like idli, dosa, etc. They protect us from diseases. Do you know food which has all nutrients in correct proportion is called balanced food or balanced diet? Good food. We should eat the food that contains rice, pulses, leafy vegetables, fruits and eggs. If you do not take good food, you are likely to become weak and sick. It affects your day-to-day activities like learning and playing. We should eat seasonally available vegetables and fruits. Plants have to undergo certain stages of life. Let us discuss this life cycle. To produce 1 kilo rice, 3000 to 5000 liters of water is needed. Do you know? Once in a while in life, you need a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, or maybe a preacher. But every day, 3 times a day, you need a farmer. Farmers are the world's ecosystem managers and food producers.